And if there's a female bartender, big milkmaid, fucking big white titties. Mommy, you pour me a Guinness. That's how it feels. Like milkman, you see the foam on top, tits rushing up. I love an Irish pub.
Her tits are in the Guinness while she pours it, just nipple
like,
floating on top of your
coming out of the tip? Like,
subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube. Bang. You ready to rock?
Yes.
Maddy Smith is here. We just did a little like Mythbusters thing here. You can just pull it.
Oh, done.
Good?
Yes.
Okay. We just did a little Mythbusters here with duct tape.
Okay.
So, actually, I'm just going to get your opinion on this story real quick.
Okay.
This guy, we do like Am I the Asshole here. We decide in little like tidbit stories who behaved like an asshole in the story.
Okay.
We did one that was pretty fucking obvious. It was this guy role-playing with his wife. She tied him up and then blindfolded him and then started looking through his phone while he was tied up.
Baller.
Queen!
Like,
changing the game.
Just another idea to write down for the next time I get involved with a man. No offense to you guys, but I don't know what's going on. Anyway, okay, continue. That's the whole thing, or is there more?
No, so well, in the premise, that was the whole. No, well, and then he was like, I just got out of it, and I said, what are you doing? And she was like, I had a gut feeling. So like I should be able to like I can't believe you're like holding this against me. I had a feeling and I needed to check it out and like find out for myself.
Paz, I saw you opened it. What was the edit? Because the edit that we didn't get to was,
there was nothing.
Yeah. There was nothing. Okay.
So like here's the thing: if you do that, you better
aside from the point.
Be right.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's just details. You know, if you find something, see, I am of the belief. You know, in court when they're like strike that from the record, like you never heard that, but it's like the jury's like we already heard it, it's too late.
Right.
But it's like that should be inadmissible because you didn't follow the rules. I kind of think that's like, all right, you might have found something on my phone, but you found it by like fucking tying me up, so that doesn't count.
That's how I feel. If someone tied me up and did that, not that I don't think a guy would. You know what I mean? He knows that my DMs are empty. But if that happened to me, I would argue more about like the way they did it.
Yeah, right. So
whether or not there's someone's nudes in my shit, I'm like, yo, but you did it
you
unethically.
Just fucking like you just like tied me up like sexually assaulted me.
It's
that's
like poachers.
Like,
you know
it's
what
like
I mean?
fine,
I don't know what
but
I'm saying.
No, that's how poachers act.
You're like, that's not fair. You can't do that. You gotta sneak up and like do what you want.
That's
and sell my tusk. I'm just saying, it's unfair. It's unfair.
Just like the elephants in the Serengeti or whatever.
Yeah. Also, if you're at the point of going through the phone, like it's over.
That's
like the number one rule of everything.
But it should be. But the amount of people.
Every relationship I've ever been in, I stayed through someone going through my phone.
So much.
But did you guys ever go through anyone's phones?
No.
Guys
really?
don't do that.
Right.
No, that's not true. But you know, we're gonna speak generally. Like it's like I don't want to know. You know.
I don't want to know is the thing.
I don't want to know.
I've said it so far. Like we're like if I've had someone like to have me order food on their phone or change the song and they're like here my password's blank and I'll like interrupt them like oh. I don't want to know your password. I want you to know that I don't know your password. So I'll get up and I'll bring you your phone and you can do your shit. But like, I don't want you to think like I hate even like the looming of when you leave your phone in someone in the room, and then you're like, I know they know my password, and I know there's nothing in it that's that bad. But like, you'll if you want to find something to be pissed at, you'll find it.
Oh, you'll find something to be pissed at. Whether it's like a screenshot or something, they could dig it.
I also hate like I can't help who texts me. You know, if you find me saying shit that you don't like, that's one thing. But like, if someone has my number,
gaslight phrase. I can't help who fucking wants my dick.
No, but what I was thinking of is when you plug your phone in the car.
And someone
it texts and it pops up and it's like,
whoever invented that is a goddamn scumbag.
That's so stupid.
Like the ad, was it Apple Play?
I won't do CarPlay. I won't listen to cassette tapes over CarPlay because when that shit pops up, you're like, oh fuck.
Dude, I've done it.
Silent, like you're gripping the steering wheel.
Yeah, like even before a text might pop up, I'm just like looking like, what if it does? What if it does?
Bro, I've run tests being like, do muted people come through?
Right.
You gotta know.
Do people on silent? Do they come through this phone? Right. I've had it with like even it's just like it's stuff that's being asked that is like it's not even what they're doing isn't even like really prying or anything like that. They're just making conversation, but they'll be like, "Oh, what's Kevin talking about?"
Yeah,
and like none of your fucking business.
Right,
and like we're literally just talking about work, but like I don't like that you can see that I'm texting with Kevin right now.
Right,
you play the music.
Yeah, all the time. My battery's almost
fine.
dying.
I'll listen to 2000s rap.
Yeah, that shit gives everybody anxiety. What they need to do is have like a person who has been through toxic relationships design your car.
Absolutely, because that shit is not safety proof when it comes down to it. That's what I want before a seatbelt. Is like me to be able to customize CarPlay because that shit pops up.
I've always said that with like red carpet, like celebrities on the red carpet should hire like memers. Because it always seems like every single fucking celebrity on a red carpet
turns into a
always
meme.
Looks exactly like some cartoon.
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
It's just have like the most
like a
popular
consultant
memers.
to be like, here's how exactly how you want to look.
Actually, Salvatore fucking Vitali,
like avant-garde SpongeBob.
Yeah,
like get ahead of the memes, kind of.
Right.
I'm in on the joke. I'm Cam.
Yes. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
This also though was more to the point was John said, if you ever tie me up in a chair, I will get out of it. Like not just like in this situation, like movie situation, like you're kidnapped, hostage, tied to a chair. He was like, I will 100% get out of it. He said he would either stand up and like throw himself down and break the chair. He said as long as he has access to his toes to be able to push. So he also was like, oh, if you duct tape my hands, like I could get out of that.
Okay.
And I said, let's put this to the test. Lo and behold, we have some fucking duct tape, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
So
I can say in full faith that I couldn't, so don't even try.
No.
Like, if I
that's our new guest thing.
Imagine that. I was like,
so
we're going to tie you to a chair, bitch.
Like, oh my God, Barstool's so cool. One of the guys.
The rumors are not true. The rumors aren't true. They just tied me up with duct tape.
No, it's so cool. I love sports. Obsessed with whiskey. Okay, yeah, so we're tying you up, and you said you could get out?
Really? So I wrapped it around like 3 times.
Have, like, Irish, like, fucking...
We're
doing you, right? Is that what you said?
No, we did it.
Oh, you did it? Oh, shit. Really?
So at first I did I just went like 2-3 times around, and he was like, "Oh, I got this. I can already feel it." And he just went like this, and it broke off. And then we did more, and then we did more. Feel that,
dude.
That's a lot. And you see I zigzagged it there.
Oh wow, yeah. It kind of looks like what a sumo wrestler wears.
Yeah,
it's really cute, actually.
I said it was
that's like for like a sumo wrestler cat.
Okay, so this was around your hand. Oh, you know what? You could use this as wraps under your boxing glove.
There you go.
I box. That's my plug. Okay, this is crazy. You should hold on to this for bondage future.
Apparently, Maddy throws hands. This will be for me in my ring. But this was the one you didn't get, or did?
That was the one. I mean, I ended up stretching it out. But
eventually, we I guess it was this one. He went. And it just didn't go anywhere. It was just it was locked. But this is all to say that if you're ever in a situation tied up or duct taped up, and it's not like a ton,
could have used this info last night. Hey,
okay. When he was going through my phone,
literally.
Wouldn't that be funny too, though? If like he or she thinks like you're all set and you're just like, give me the phone back, bitch.
Right? Just super like adrenaline mode.
But I wouldn't have thought. I thought duct tape was like one of those things. It's like this is the strongest material in the world. But if you're ever tied up in duct tape, you're good.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Okay, sounds good.
We also tried to duct tape his mouth.
That's the first thing to tell someone.
Yeah, this is
just gotta be. In case you get tied with duct tape, you'll be fine.
We dive into our interviews all the time. This is the most socially awkward I've ever been. She probably thinks this is super weird, right?
No, I think this is great.
Okay, cool.
Just another day in the life,
Because if you were being honest, it was like, and someone said like, "How was Barstool?" I'd be like, "Well, the first thing they told me was if you ever duct tape, you'll be okay."
And people would go,
totally
that makes
normal.
sense.
We talked a lot about tying people up, more than a usual.
Your question, Colleen, for around the office today should be: if you were duct taped up, do you think you could get out of it?
Yes.
Because I wonder, I was like, no way. I didn't even try it. I don't want to fucking do that.
I don't want to do that, and it sounds like it would hurt my skin.
Oh, yeah. I'm quite irritated at the moment.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any hair on he's like an inside-out cat. He doesn't have any hair
on his skin. Well, we look like siblings, so don't
even
make fun of him. All three of us look like
we could be from the same family.
Or cousins that like flirt.
But we just were talking about that, too, actually.
What? Am I the asshole for wanting to fuck my cousin? Or no?
Well,
no, different thing.
We have a lot of cousin questions here.
I was riffing.
A lot of cousin questions. We were talking about, I think, we were talking about someone who had a threesome with, do you know Brittany Schmidt, comedian?
Yes, I do. I do.
Her clip went viral where she was talking about how she had a threesome with an NBA player and his cousin.
Whoa.
And I think that's kind of weird, and I thought that was more of an ethnic thing. I thought white guys are not fucking with their cousins. Black guys might do that a little more often.
White guys are fucking with their cousins. It just depends on what state you're in.
So that's where we.
That's why
I was thinking like me. me and my like Jewish cousins from the Upper West Side, we're not having a threesome together.
Right. But
You know,
I don't know
like
why not.
down in
Put a
Tuscaloosa.
schmear on it. Let's go. I hate myself. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Would you?
I don't
would
know
you
any.
fuck with your cousin?
No, they're
No.
mostly because they're weird. You know what I mean? I'm like,
It's
you're
not-
like,
it's
they're
not-
If you were
actually, like,
cooler, I'd fuck with
Yeah,
you.
it's not
they're
a
literally
familial
like good
thing.
looking, but they can't look me in the eyes. I'm like, give me something. But yeah, I don't know. The threesome, I've never met a dude who would want to do a threesome with another dude. If I'm going to be honest,
Yeah.
every time I propose a threesome, because I'm a devil in relationships, I like to ask questions that you can't get right. So every time I ask, he says, with another girl.
How early would you whip that question out?
Oh,
Like first date type
first
shit?
night. No, I'm kidding. No, probably like 1.5 years in when you start to get a little bored.
Right, and then you propose it seriously, but what you're doing
I
is
kinda
only
prodded
doing,
a
like,
little bit of
reconnaissance on it.
prodded a little bit of just like, hey, bringing a bitch in here, just because I was like trying to find anything to spice things up. Turns
Yeah.
out I just didn't like the guy, but that's really what it comes down to. But no matter how
I'm saying,
how the
were
dude
you,
responds,
were
you're wrong.
you doing it? Was it a real proposition, or were you doing it to just be like, I want to see what your answer is?
I think it was a little bit of both. I was
Yeah.
being a little spicy. I was
Yeah.
being a little bit of, like, even just hearing the answer kind of gets you turned on a
Sure,
little bit.
sure,
I'm
sure.
a cuck, but
Well, no, you know what? I think that has officially, you know, how foot fetish is now kind of like, who doesn't have a foot fetish? Like, it's kind of like a little bit
Right.
of a mainstream
Sure.
fetish.
we both pulled back. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Not that I
yeah.
dislike feet, but I was like, I don't
out
know
of,
if everyone's
out
got
of
a
all
foot
the
fetish.
kinks of the world, though, like
Right.
foot fetish is the one that everybody knows,
It's,
right?
it
People
still
are-
has become.
It's the punchline. It's the cliche.
and
you
a
know.
lot of guys have been open about their interest in feet, even that I've dated. It's like more of a
Really?
normal thing. That's
Really?
not
Yeah.
supposed to sound weird.
No.
They'd be like, no, I'm into like
Were
a nice
you,
foot.
would you like then?
I never do like
provide
bitch shit
the
with
foot?
it. No.
Yeah.
Is this a censored show or no?
No.
We're not- okay, I saw radio,
Heavens
so I
to
had to check if the
Betsy.
FCC was
No,
here.
no.
But
would you like send pictures of it then or something like that?
No, I don't like my info on the cloud.
Yeah.
I'll take a nude and
With you on
immediately
that.
delete it. It's
Yeah.
just for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh.
If it was up to me, I would be like snapping a Polaroid and fucking
Right.
sending it in an envelope to you.
Okay, some Jeffrey Dahmer, just Jeffrey Dahmer shit. But yeah, I would never do. I'd never done like dick foot play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's-
I think it's more of just like adds to your femininity if you have a good foot.
I
Sure.
get that. Like a foot and a heel. It's like yeah, like that's what
Nah,
chicks
I mean,
do.
my-
Chicks do feet and heels, right? Right? No, guys, right?
They do.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do wear
Like,
heels.
I never
I
heard
feel
this
like
room
everyone's
so
going
quiet.
pretty silent for me saying women wear high heels.
No, they-
I didn't quite get what you were saying. I guess the way you were saying
Like,
it,
it's like
you
the-
could hear a pin drop in this room.
Yo,
when
that
you
was
said
crazy, dude. Fuck all you
Wait,
guys.
You said girls like feet.
I said you said
feet and
something that it
heels?
adds to feminine energy or something like that, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, like it's a heel because your foot's
a
exposed.
high heel,
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I
a
thought you were
heel
talking
to
about
shoot.
the heel of a foot.
That's
I
what I was
thought you were
saying.
talking about feet,
No,
so
Right,
I'm like,
right. You meant a
okay, this
high
guy's
heel.
heel
Not a
guy.
high heel. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I thought
I
you were
think
like-
they like the toes actually,
No.
not the heels, right?
I was
I don't
like,
know.
okay, my man likes the Achilles tendon. No problem.
He's got high arches. He got plantar fasciitis. What do you think of that, baby?
Bitch. What's that called when you have the things on the outside that people have
The
to get
bunion.
shaped? The bunion.
Bunions,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love watching a good bunion like video. I like to watch like
Them shaving it
pimple
off.
poppers and
Ew,
shaving
I
feet and
don't
shit
mess
like that.
with that. That's
You know what?
horrifying.
bro.
What they
Horrifying.
have you ever seen what they do for the surgery? It's straight up wild.
No.
No.
No, it's not gross, but it's actually they just like fucking break your toe
Really?
and put it. It's kind of like the nose job. Like they just break
Oh.
that shit and then put it into place and then like put a screw in, so it just like your toe will stay straight now.
Ugh.
But they also now instead of if you don't want to have surgery, they have kind of like a device that like you hook around your toe, so then you put like a bungee cord, like a stretchy
Oh,
thing, and it
wow.
just pulls your toe until like over time it just pulls that shit back.
But
And braces
how
for
long?
feet.
I think it's got to be a long, like braces for feet, exactly like that. I got braces on my toes.
Yeah, it's almost like you guys have never heard of China.
You do that shit, right?
Yeah. Braces for my feet.
What are
Yeah,
they-
it's a whole
yeah.
lifestyle
When
out
it's like
there.
it's like
keep
old
them
women
small,
with like
right?
Yeah,
the,
small feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and neck
And the neck.
lengthening.
That's like an
yeah.
idea right that.
That's
None
what
of
I
that
want,
shit
though,
can
long
be.
neck.
You want a long neck?
Yeah.
No, you're just saying that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No one's ever been
Why?
like, yo, I need a long
I
neck.
want to be a brontosaurus.
I guess if you were like a guinea with a meat head, like stretch me out, man.
It would suck to be a dude with like a short neck, like
I
that guy.
well, I
who
think
has
it's
no
usually,
neck.
it's not really your neck. It's just that if you have big traps,
Yeah.
it gives the illusion of it. But if you just had a tiny neck,
yeah, that would be
oh,
great.
you know what's a tiny neck? That guy on 90 Day Fiance.
Oh yeah,
That fat
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I've never
He's
seen
the
him.
best.
I know.
You know him through the memes.
He looks like Flubber.
He looks like he got hit in the head with
He
a
looks like
cartoon
Flubber.
sledgehammer.
What's Flubber?
Flubber?
Flubber? What's Flubber?
The movie.
Flubber with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got a flubber.
He does have a flubber. Yeah.
Yeah, he that guy's amazing. He is great. We're all over the place. I can't remember what my original point was.
I don't remember what we're talking about.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know,
That's
dude.
great.
We were fucking riffing like
We
crazy.
were riffing. That was good.
Wild.
We were talking about the duct tape, and then there was a point I had like a question to ask or whatever. Oh, okay. So my point about the foot fetish being like the popular fetish, which went over like a fucking lead balloon.
It is a popular fetish. I agree.
It is.
The new shit though is they've put a word on being a cuck, and it's called compersion.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
So now you
okay.
can be. It just means like you get off on your loved one getting off. Like,
okay.
It's
But
more like
isn't
I
that
want to
what-
see my loved one be loved also. Not like I want to see her get fucking pounded out. But that's what we're gonna apply it to.
Okay, I can identify with that.
But don't you think now like that's like you're trying to get away from being called a cuck and be like, oh no, I participate in compersion.
I would much rather be a compersion than a cuck.
That's what I'm
to be
saying.
honest, at the end of the day.
Right.
So I really think. But however, the cuck has more of a violent tonage to it. You know what I mean?
It does.
Like
It's never
sitting
like
in the corner of the hotel room watching your wife get pounded out by a dude.
It's like you're
who's
usually like
huge.
duct taped.
Yeah, duct tape
It's not
shit.
like you're just like, oh wow, I love watching you celebrate your sexuality. This is amazing.
No,
it's like no, this guy's 3 times as big as me,
And I am fully hard. And I think it has to do with my upbringing and my mother.
But I have compersion.
Always does.
But it's called a little something called compersion.
I like to think that it has nothing to do with that, where it's just more like they're upset that right wingers stole the word from them.
Cuck.
Yeah, and they're like, you know
Right-wingers
what?
steal cuck? Do they say it a lot?
Like when if you're making fun of like a left liberal, they'd be like you soy boy beta cuck.
Oh, beta cuck, beta cuck, beta cuck. Yeah,
I think
It's
they're
like
like-
there's some cuck out
Like,
there.
whoa, hang on.
Definitionally.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's actually a right wing guy.
I just like to jerk
Yeah.
off to my wife getting fucked. What are you talking about, man?
Whoa, I'm not a cuck. I voted for Trump 2024.
That would actually be a very
someone
funny.
fuck my wife.
That would be a very funny skit. A right wing actual cuck who's just mad at the world.
Let's
about
draft it. Let's draft it, baby.
That would be very good.
Come on, guys.
Boy, we just
Come on,
dove in.
guys. Hey, we're all having fun, guys, but let's relax.
Relax
for a
with the
second.
cuck dog. We can still do soy boy. We can still do beta, but leave cuck alone,
Leave
all right?
cuck alone. Seriously. Like,
Take back cuck 2023. I didn't know you were in New York until obviously this was all set up. I was like,
Yes.
I saw your Instagram being like, you know, I'm at the stand or wherever you were that night, and I was like, oh, you're in town. I got to get you in while you're here, and you were like, I live here, dude.
Yeah, I was like,
I guess
so
you're on the road
let
so
me
much,
know.
so-
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
on the road a lot. I'm
Where
on the
did-
road a lot.
Was
so-
Wildin' Out in L.A.?
In Atlanta.
Atlanta,
We
that's
filmed
right, that's
that
right.
all at once. We filmed that all at once.
How? What
So
is
we
all at
film
once? Be like a
whole
week?
season in like 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's got to be grinding.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot all at once. It's very.
How many in like a day? Was it still
Three.
just three episodes in a day?
Yeah, and occasionally 4, because like, you know, here's a little behind the scenes for you guys. Oh, someone got COVID, so we had to shut down the set. Then they jammed 4 episodes into one day. Just so we could finish.
And you gotta you change your hair and makeup and shirt and clothes and all that shit?
Honestly, no, they slowed
Really?
all of that down just because
Yeah.
it's more about getting all the episodes out.
Right.
They're like,
Who cares?
less
Fuck it.
wardrobe changes.
But I guess it's like
Everyone-
if you just
it
change
doesn't
a hoodie
matter.
or whatever, it's not like you're in like
Yeah, I'm like a
gowns or
hoodie
anything
kind of
like
girl.
that.
Yeah. I'm pretty easy. Jogger, a
Yeah.
weird hairstyle, whatever you guys
Yeah.
want to do on me.
That show, man. Shout out to Nick Cannon. He's been. I mean, it's been around a long time.
20
now.
seasons.
Well, I was about to say
Yeah,
20,
we
but I was
just
like, I don't know if it's
finished
that long
season
or
20.
not. That is dope.
It's
How many have you
crazy.
been around for?
7.
7?
Yes.
Whoa.
Can you believe that?
No, that's you've been
I
around
will
almost
say-
half of the time of
I know, isn't that crazy?
it's like a third of
Almost
the
a
time.
third.
Yeah.
Almost a third. That's oh my god, such a loser. I get nervous about men. But yeah, I've been on for a long. I started right before the pandemic, and then there was a halt.
Oh, so
and
okay, so
everything.
7. So you did like 7 seasons in like 3-4 years.
Yeah,
3 years. Yeah.
the 3. Yeah,
That's
so
wild.
it's really fun. I love the show. I'm really grateful to have been on it because it's like I don't have to have a job. You know what I mean? I just
Is
come
that
here
that's like a
and- yeah.
salary or like a
It's like you get paid for your
Per episode sort of
appearance
thing?
on,
Yeah.
yeah. So
very cool?
it's really cool. I like it. It's funny.
It's You met Roan through that or no? Did I make that up? Yeah, because he was like.
Okay,
I think he wrote a couple sketches and shit. I think he was almost at one point gonna like work for them full time.
And he's friends with the other rapper on Wild 'N Out, Sharon, who is the Canadian version of Roan.
Right.
But so this is embarrassing. I was on Sabada, Son of a Boy Dad, and I was like 10 minutes into the podcast, and I was like, "Wait, you're Roan?" I didn't know, but I knew of Roan because I met Francis before, and he was like, "My friend Roan." I had known of Roan. You know, you just know of people. And on the fucking podcast, I was like, "You're Roan?" Like a fucking idiot. And so
what did he
it's a
say
little
to
shaky
that?
between us. He was like, "Yeah, I am."
And now I'm gonna eviscerate you with a battle rap.
He probably thinks about me at night while he paces.
He does that kind of shit. I've asked him that before. I'm like, is your brain like always going? And he's like, yeah, I walk in, I size everybody up, what they're wearing, what they look like. How would I like, verbally assault them? And then I just stop, and then I'm cool. But it's all up there, right away.
Right, I guess I kind of feel the same way about roasting, but I try to suppress it more because I'm trying to be a more positive person.
Roasting gets so uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, it's horrifying. And I've said the rudest shit in my life, and then afterwards you have to be like, sorry. But even though what you said was like actually
totally true. That's the problem. Accurate, when it's like, it's not like sorry, like, because it's like we knew what we were doing here, but it is like I'm just joking, but you're not, because it's like I do look like that, or my face, my hair is like or I act that, whatever it is. It's like that shit is real. I said a roast joke
about someone on Wild 'N Out. It was a girl, and I said, "How'd you lose weight but still look the same?" And
has things not been the same since then?
No, things have been the same, but you're like, that is so like true that you just like, it's gonna be a rough. You have to be like, this was it worth the TV moment to make it shaky between you and like one of the only girls on the show. We have no at all, but you're just like, it's so true. It's like such a true roast joke that you're like, sorry.
To generalize again, like especially with girls, you know what I mean? Like guys have a little bit more of a chance. They'll lie about it and suppress it, but after time they'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like there's a couple guys here who at one time I was like, you're fucking dead to me, and then now I'm like, I don't really like you anymore, but we're cool,
guys
whatever.
Are a little bit better at kind of working over the beef, but I will or at least I do not tolerate
so you two are like this
no we're fine no we're fine. It's just like a vibe that I'm just like, I know that was kind of rude of me. It's my own
it's a weird thing. I would imagine we've talked about doing roasts here, and I really am against it because
I don't think we need to be doing that, right?
Well, I mean,
not even in this like
just like all of it.
But like, also like everyone would be pretty specifically.
Also, no one wants to hear what Francis has to think of all of us, right? That's the immediate person who I'm like, don't tell me the truth.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. No, but in general, this is a company of people who think that they're thick-skinned and are really not, and it would be like. Also, I think when you are the roastie, you laugh and you go along with it, even if you're not. Like, I think people at Barstool would fucking and then afterwards it would never be the same again, so I'm always staunchly against it. But like we also do reality show type shit. Jackie did it a couple weeks ago, and we do like a Survivor thing where you're voting people off, and the prize is $10,000. So like she came in second.
What's the second place? Anything?
No, but they gave me $10,000.
Yeah, we hooked her.
I still haven't given her my part yet. I'm against
you gave $5,000.
Wait a second.
we were very proud of our girl. She was on the show for like a week, and so we hooked her up. But yeah, there was like her and another girl, a couple girls that were her age, and they're friends at work, and you had to be like, I'm voting you off. And then they're like, I get it, it's okay, but fuck you. But fucking drop dead.
It's weird, you work together.
Yeah, that's why it's very cool because, I always said, I host this, like the Survivor thing, and I always, when I'm doing it, like talking to the audience, I'm always saying, like, this is so different than other reality shows where you come in, you don't know the people, you vote them off, and then you never see them again. These guys have to look at each other the next fucking day.
I know.
But you kind of do that, like, it's the Wild 'N Out cast over and over and over again. Like, maybe you roast the guest and they go home, but for the most part,
you have to look people in the eyes.
See you tomorrow for 4 more episodes.
Literally, that's a number one thing you learn from being on Wild 'N Out, or just doing things in a high quantity, stand up even. Yeah. Like, you can't have too much emotional weight over like a bad moment.
Yeah,
you have to think of yourself as a fucking athlete, like batting average. You know what I mean? Because like
a bad outing, go back out there,
and you can't be like the next day like, do you guys think I'm bad at comedy? Because you had like one bad moment. Right. You have to wake up and be like, hey, what's up, everyone? And it trains you to be like, just be like, it's a job. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, I was gonna
'Cause
say,
I
it's
used to
like
be
any job.
emotionally attached to every time
Every
I
joke,
performed in front of someone.
Yeah.
And it would ruin my fucking
But that, I
mental
mean, it
health.
kind of makes sense. It's like,
I'm still in that stage.
Oh, yeah. I'm literally about to cry in the bathroom after this podcast. But
if you think about regular jobs, though, it's like when you fuck up your job at your desk as an accountant, poor accountants always, it's like everybody's
Right.
go-to is always like, if you were an accountant,
right.
you would be like, I don't know, like that sucked, but like I never cared about that spreadsheet or
Right,
this
you
folder.
go home to your
So
wife
you're
and
like,
your
whatever.
dog and you black out.
And
And you
you
wake
tie
up
them up
the
in a
next day.
chair and you look at their phone.
Tie them up. Look at the phone.
But
yeah.
if you think about what, like, you know, in those jobs, you would be upset if you had a presentation that you bombed. That would stick with you
Right.
like for the rest of the year. Like, oh my God,
Right.
in front of the CEO, I like choked. But that's what your job is.
So,
So you're doing a
yeah.
presentation
my
every single
version
day.
of my sets or jokes or whatever are just his spreadsheets.
Always.
So
and
you're
they
just
do it like
oh,
once or twice a year. You
literally-
do it
yeah,
like
yeah.
1,000.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
know.
if you know, if you're miserable about it, you'll never get
Oh
through
yeah,
it.
there's no.
But I also don't
sustainability.
think I could turn it off, like, or get through it.
Really?
I don't know. I have a lot of thick skin about like just people being assholes on the internet. But if I was like, my podcast was really terrible, or even when we do our live podcast, and I'm always like very hard on ourselves. I'm like, I
Right.
don't know if that was that good, but the
Yeah.
audience seemed to like it, so whatever. But I don't know. I don't think I could just like forget about it.
Oh yeah.
It would
Well, you
always
don't
be
forget.
like,
It's always
yeah,
caked in
it's
there.
in there.
It's always caked in there. I remember
Right.
exclusively the bad memories and the wonderful.
and the bad and the good compliments are like, those don't count.
I'm like,
you
you're a
know?
fucking idiot. Like, you're just saying that because you want to fuck me.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm your manager.
You made
Like,
things awkward,
shut
Maddie.
up, you fucking cock. You cock fucking whatever
Compersion.
soy man, whatever you
soy boy
said.
made a cock.
I don't know. I live in Queens. I am not affiliated with any. I have no identity. I have no gender. But I don't remember what the question. I don't think there was a question.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope, we are.
Right? Great.
We are just flowing.
Sorry, I blacked out for a
man.
second.
This is just a vibe.
Oh yeah, the roast thing. Yeah,
Yeah, so
I
I
say
do-
maybe volunteer based, but
What does that mean? What do you mean? What?
Like to do a roast here?
like the reality show is volunteer based, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to do it, so maybe just
Oh, yeah,
find
yeah.
people who really want to.
Right.
I always think is like Dave was the one who like he always had the idea to do it.
Oh, okay.
And then I always thought of just like the only other two roasts, 'cause I can't watch real
Why don't you
roasts.
guys just do a roast of someone? The roast of.
Because like that, whoever it is, you're gonna want to
You
pick
don't
somebody.
think Dave would like that? I act like I know him.
Yeah.
Literally talk about
Like-
Dave.
No, that's what he wanted. He wanted it to be.
He says
wanted
he
to be
wants
of
it.
him.
But it's like he would. Again, you know, the roasters are always like, the people getting roasted are always like, oh, that's good, that's good. Dave would like stop you after every joke and be like, oh yeah, well you, blah, 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 blah. And he would go like 10 times
Right.
harder. Dave's like the guy where it's like, hey man, like your shirt's funny. And he's like,
Right.
I hope your mom dies, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
So you can't get roasted if you have that, if you're that
Totally.
combative. you
Well,
know?
he needs to meditate more because
Dave, go meditate,
that's
Dave.
all it comes down
See
to.
if that
Meditate,
works.
do your affirmations, and you won't
Are
get
you,
so
are
defensive.
you into that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Really?
Daily gratitude, affirmations, fucking like meditation. I already said that.
Yeah. Do you have a third?
I've been eating vegetables. So that's been pretty crazy, and drinking water. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Meditate, affirmations, water, vegetables, maybe some vitamins, some Flintstones in there.
I don't really mess with vitamins.
Nah, that's
I'm
just too
straight, dude.
hardcore,
I'm
bro.
straight. I'm straight.
edge.
No, I
Haven't touched
just-
the vitamins since '96, man.
I'll do like a multi, like if like every 2 months, where I'm like, I feel weird. Like
I
I'll
do.
pop
I microdose a multi.
I
you
microdose
know?
vitamins, yeah. So that's I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling like the only way to move forward is if you like fake yourself into positivity.
I
Well,
learned
we are
at
not good
a
at
very young age, like an exceptionally way too young an age, that my dad, who at the time was like a salesman,
About
And-
to be sad boy season.
and he taught me like he's like when his example was like when you're on the phone with someone,
Mm-hmm.
but he's like if you just smile, you can trick them into thinking you're happy.
Absolutely.
And also
them
yourself.
happy. Oh, yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm in 3rd grade. Like, what the fuck, man?
And he's like, for example, I'm on the phone with your mom, and she's nagging me again.
Just smile.
He told me that-
He's like, you just pick up the phone, you make sure you're smiling, and it comes through that you're happier. And I was like, all right.
God,
and then
does
I
it?
won best smile for like the next 5 years of my life.
Wow. And now you're
Because I
suicidal.
was always just smiling.
And
I was
now-
like, Dad taught me this will make me get through the day.
Now John is
Oh my God,
clinically
it's like a
depressed.
Taylor
and
Swift song. Dad told me to smile, so I did.
when I
that's
was
more of
8.
a lord. But
Oh man. So Bills girl. So are you from Buffalo?
So this is really embarrassing, and I was hoping that you would ask about my shirt. So it is a Bills shirt. This is embarrassing. I just went on Sabada, Son of a Boy Dad, and I said on the podcast, I want to have sex. No, not sex. Date. I want to date. I'm a woman of standards. I want to be wifed up to a Buffalo Bills player. But then today I was doing this podcast. I didn't mean to wear this, and now I look like kind of weird. I look weird. I feel like I look like I'm trying to brand myself as like, oh shit, I talked about it there, and now I'm like, oh,
put it out in the universe.
Well, I'm the Bills girl. It's not that at all. I was on the way to the gym, and then someone else texted me, so I couldn't make it back home, and that's why I came up to this podcast showing up in sweatpants and what up, no bra. So that's what I'm telling you guys. But that's why I wanted to get ahead of if people are like, wow, no one's gonna say that at all. But you know, like sometimes you get super high and you're like, oh fuck, they're gonna say something about how I'm thirsty.
If there was literally one person on the planet that was like, she talked about the Bills on Son of a Boy Dad, and now she wore a Bills shirt on KFC Radio. This bitch is thirsty.
It's probably Harry.
Yeah, I will say there are times where I go both ways. I think like I freak out. Like, yeah, they're all gonna know that like I have a crack in my tooth or something like that.
Right.
And then I'm like,
Kevin does have a crack in his tooth.
yeah. And then I'm like,
I know.
We know.
Oh no, I saw it.
That's why I'm on the podcast. We
Right.
talked about the guy with the cracked tooth. But then I'll have a moment where I'm like, stop being. It's almost like narcissistic to think that like the people are gonna think about you. They're just gonna watch the video and laugh or not laugh and move on. And then I sometimes see the feedback where it's just like, do you have a crack in your tooth? Do you have a crack in your tooth? And it's like, oh, everybody knows. Everybody fucking knows. Like the internet will find the one thing that will absolutely cut you down to your knees, and they will fucking say it and do it.
And then they wonder why celebrities change their bodies and faces constantly because we're constantly being like, you're
so
a fat
fake.
hoe.
It's like, yeah, of course I am.
Yeah.
Because you fucking shamed me out of my realness. you fucking made me hate my real body.
Absolutely. So I'm a Bills. I'm not really a sports person. So wait.
Are you from Buffalo?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why I support my team as I
that's
can.
what I mean.
I'll eat like the buffalo chicken dip when the team's playing. I'll do my little girlfriend.
Do you make the buffalo
I'm
chicken
single,
dip?
but if anyone wants to. So what were you gonna say?
Buffalo chicken dip has been like the cliche for
it's so
1,000
good.
years. Like your girlfriend brings.
Oh,
Girls love
yeah.
Super Bowl because that's the one football game of the year they watch.
Bring it in like the glass tray.
And you get to the party and there's like seven of them. And I'm not complaining because more buffalo dip the better. But it is funny. It's like I brought my buffalo dip. It's like no kidding, bitch.
No
you
kidding,
and every
bitch.
other girlfriend here did.
And you're all gonna think yours is the best.
And they're all just cream cheese with like Frank's Red Hot. That's
Frank's
it.
and pulled chicken.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Again, not complaining, but you're not exactly Anthony Bourdain. Okay?
Right, where's my Michelin star? I'm a little bit over buff chick dip, if I'm going to be honest.
Really? Are you
buff
over
chick
like buffalo?
stuff.
Like,
no, I like wings.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like all this buff chick stuff. You're like, bro, just give me some wings.
Where's your best spot in Buffalo?
Probably just like anywhere because
Anywhere?
like Buffalo is wings are so everywhere that you can pop by any pizza place and get pizza and wings and they'll probably be good.
Dude, I actually
So
you don't
said
have like a one like.
Well, I'm from shout out to my hometown Clarence, and I used to work at a pizza place called the Pizza Inn. Then it got changed to the Pizza Company because they got sued by somewhere in North Carolina. So long story short, we had fire wings, but all wings in Buffalo are the same. There's just butter and hot sauce with the fry. I don't know why people can't do that.
Same thing with cheesesteaks in Philly though. It's like,
what's going on here?
What?
Yeah, I'm saying same
Oh, well,
thing.
yeah. That's so personal.
I'm sorry. I get really invested when I'm talking about food.
Like
for some reason.
cheesesteaks are the easiest thing to make, and nobody can do it outside of this like 50-mile radius of like Philly and like South Jersey. It's like, what's wrong with you guys?
So bad.
It's like you see what they look like, and then you make this, and you put it on your menu as a Philly cheesesteak. Like when it has like a thick hunk of meat, and it's like I got one the other day that the cheese wasn't melted. It was like put on like a regular fucking like deli sandwich. Just like cheese. I'm like, what is going on? It was.
No, I feel the same way about wings. When I get a plate of wings that's like mid or below, or it's like they say wings and they give you the breaded and sauce on the side. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So,
do you like flats or drumsticks?
I'm definitely a flats person, but you know, I fuck with the drums too. So.
Drum.
Well, the best thing in the world is you guys.
You're just wrong. It's just like a lower intellectual scale.
No, I'm an idiot. I get it. It makes sense.
Because you know what? It's just like it's just one thing. You take a bite, you eat it. The flats, you gotta like. They're the people who can like suck it all off, or you break it.
And
yeah, but see, we talk about this, but like it is. I don't fucking go hard on my wings. I'm not like I leave just bone. I like
people who are like
I have a bite
the whole thing.
I have like a bite of the big white big chunk.
Well, you know why?
I get rid of that and I just get the rest of it. Well,
We're cucks. We're beta cucks. We're sort of beta cucks.
Because you're beta co-Persian.
Co-Persian.
Or whatever they call it. Co-Persian. Yeah.
The internet gets mad about how hot you cook your steak and how much meat you leave on your wings.
I leave 90%
also,
of the meat.
/ if you eat boneless wings, you're like a fucking F word and you need to like kill yourself.
I honestly like hot take. Boneless wings are good.
Thank you.
Like the
somebody
obviously, like,
says to me
wings,
they always go they're like, that's a chicken nugget, you're a child. I'm like, well, chicken nuggets are fire too.
And I'm like, either way,
and also
it's fire. Bye.
Yeah, but also nuggets are different from boneless wings, are different from chicken fingers, are different from popcorn chicken. You know,
are different from a cutlet.
Yes,
so
like all of that is so
and
different.
It's all delicious.
And it's all delicious. But it's not the same.
Agree on that.
And there are plenty of times like I actually ultimately prefer a wing, but not when I'm at a bar or I'm out or I don't want to get messy.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to get messy. You know, like
fork it
and the texture of that like breading. Especially when you're hungry, like a boneless. Stuffing them in.
How many wings do you think you'd eat? If you went for it, like
probably 12.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm like when my friends, we would go to a wing night.
Pushing it, I think.
Wing night is crazy. I don't even know if people do this anymore, but like we had our bar did. It wasn't like 10-cent wings, but it was like 30-cent wings.
Yeah, we had
it was
that
a weird
in college,
number.
Yeah.
And we would always go that night, and we would wait online for a fucking table because everybody went. And I was always like, guys, we can afford wings,
right?
Like, for like 75 cents each or whatever the fucking
yeah,
order
but
is.
Just the idea of it's like quarters when you go.
Yeah. But these guys would eat like 30. So and I would, whether I'm at wing night or regular night, I'll have like what does it come with, like 8? Okay, I'm good. Like,
8 is good.
Yeah.
12 is like, okay, you're like binge eating it. Are you okay?
Yeah.
20 is like, bruh, like
you're probably sharing. Hopefully, I don't know.
I don't know, but
throwing down
30,
20.
you said?
But
I could do 20. 20.
You could do 20?
Yes, Yuko, you're a garbage can.
I could do 20.
I mean, you can rip out of duct tape. I think you can do 20 wings. What am I saying?
I mean, to be clear, I am not talking about you. You are one of the guys I would say you could eat 50.
Someone asked me the other day, how many cookies do I think I could eat?
Oh, forget it.
I could eat a lot of cookies.
I was like, I don't think.
Well, there's a lot of questions. Are we talking cookie?
Right.
Are we doing hard, soft?
I don't think it really matters.
I
think unlimited is my answer.
But like I think if I was sitting down eating like Chips Ahoy cookies with some crunch to it, I mean I could eat a ton of those.
I could eat
but
a box.
If you gave me like a freshly baked soft one that I could just chew quick and like swallow, I could eat like infinity of those.
Really?
I think eventually crunching away, your mouth gets dry. I gotta have milk. I gotta dip it. But just
I guess
like fresh out of
I'm the opposite. If something's crunchy, like it's
Really?
over. I will eat it until the bag is empty.
Do you like
I will
Tate's
cookies?
Yeah, I like Tate's. I
Love
could eat 5
Tate's.
boxes.
Get
of
off
shit.
it. Get.
I like no, dude.
Tate's
like listen,
is
I will
fucking terrible.
No,
Yes.
but
You
I'm
like
not. I'm
crunchy
not
over-
like
over gooey,
not
like
over.
soft? Okay.
I like them all.
Okay.
But Tate's that's how it feels when you're eating them. But like a Levan cookie or like Chip, that place, like I can eat one of those.
Yeah,
'Cause
those
it's
are like a cake
so
almost.
intense.
That's like a.
But I could eat a whole box of Oreos easily.
Oh,
double stuff.
double stuff.
Like, done.
Yes.
Done.
Single stuff. What a
Oh,
fucking
you're
clown.
I almost
You're poor.
said it. I was like, nah, this is a big podcast.
Say it. Say it. Just rewind. Say
I say you are guaranteed to be happy, and that's wonderful for you. You like a single? It does nothing
Yo,
for
about
me.
with
it does.
these-
It's
you
too
wanna
much.
know-
It's too much cream.
That's just not
No,
true. It's
it's
stupid.
perfect.
That's how straight I am. I'm like,
It's
too much
perfect.
cream on my cookie.
Yeah,
Right
right.
here. You trying to do ookie cookie with me?
These guys.
No, wet cookie.
What's
No,
wet
Ookie
cookie?
Cookie's the same thing.
Wet cookie.
What's wet cookie?
It's like Limp Bizkit.
It's
Come on the cookies.
Oh.
As I understood it, we never played it in high school, but it was a thing.
Yeah,
like,
sounds
Is
like
that
I-
what Limp Bizkit means?
Yeah, I think so because it's with a biscuit. And so I think it was like overseas, like the UK does it with a biscuit, and
They
like
come
whoever,
on it?
yeah, your dick is limp. Like at the end, whoever came,
The last
whoever has the limp
person to
dick
come
and
on it has
couldn't
to
come,
eat it.
What?
You're the limp biscuit. Yeah.
Ew, guys are so weird.
Yeah. No, that's like guys are weird, and we do like all guys. Like do weird stuff with their dick in the locker room. Like we laugh about our
Yes.
dicks and balls.
Yeah.
But then there's like, you come on a cookie and eat it.
Yeah, that's
like-
you
That's-
weird.
There's like some stuff where you're like, but then
Yeah.
there's stuff where you're like, bro, you are like,
You
have
got a
some
problem.
demons.
Yeah,
inside.
that's
Guys,
one of
I
those
can't even
things-
pick this up. Do you have a fork?
Right.
Imagine just.
Knife and fork like De Blasio eating pizza.
Yeah, that's don't make yourself puke. We've got a lovely guest.
I'm good.
Were you guys in frats in college?
I was not. He was.
You were?
I was.
Really?
Yeah.
But for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You didn't do it a
I
lot?
did not take it seriously. It was not like I was in Pike.
I was not allowed. There was no Greek life in my school.
Oh, really? There was a little bit. There was rumors of what they would do.
I feel like
because I heard about coming on pizza too.
Yeah, no, it just came on everything.
Could never.
Absolutely.
Like I am such a fucking a little diva about it that like even if guys were like, hey, Rook, pledge or whatever they call it, like, go give me a beer. I'd be like, fuck you.
No, I'd be
Get
like,
your own
fuck
shit.
you.
And then when it comes to like, we're also gonna shove it up your ass. I'd be like, well, I'm definitely out on that.
Well,
but
that's
even
what
the
I'm
little
in,
things,
but
that shit though, where people are like
Yes.
telling you what to do. Like, I remember my buddy told me that he went to GW. And he said that they made what's the word? I was about to say intern. Pledge.
It is intern.
It is pledge. Yeah, the pledges had to drive to Philly to get them cheesesteaks.
What?
And it's like, I guess that one's like a little playful
George
at least, but it was like,
Washington,
yeah, they
Isn't
had to
that
find
far?
DC to
We
Philly.
did that. We had to drive because in Tallahassee this is I guess one of the like few like pledge things I did. Even this like I don't fucking care.
You went to college in Tallahassee?
Yeah, I went to Florida State.
Wow.
And it was like you had to cross because I think it was like they didn't sell 40s in Florida. Or maybe at least in
they have
Tallahassee.
weird alcohol rules.
Yeah, so it was
go
like
to Georgia
you
or
could get like
whatever,
32s, but it was like you had to drive to Georgia to get 40s, and I was like, all right, I'll go do that. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I was like that
Yeah.
is a little bit more like, I guess, fun. It's like, all right, we'll go on a road trip or whatever. You're in college, you don't have anything to worry about. But it's just the people telling what to do. I don't like that.
Agreed. My friends were pledging a sorority, and they were forced to memorize the hometowns, the majors, and like the middle names or something of all the other girls in the sorority. That's like shit where you're like, okay, I actually am paying to be at this college.
Yeah,
so
I'm just gonna
not
enjoy my time here
study.
and not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
people always said there's some schools where it's like you like literally like you don't have a social life if you're not in it.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. Then you should have like gone to a different college or something. It's like I don't want to go to a college where if I can't go to any parties or have any friends unless I agree to your
But
weird
that's
fucking
also
rules.
an exaggeration.
Yeah,
like,
I
I
think most of them are probably just like we. I mean, I heard stories of like Hell Week, right? What they call it,
Yeah.
where maybe it was you told me running through the hallway with the like people just
They
Yeah.
get you out of your bed and stuff.
yeah, they like make you run down
No,
a hallway
yeah.
and you
Oh.
just like.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
then
they
you sit there
push
like
you?
fucking hitting you.
Yeah, but like it was. I mean, honestly, like I had completely
You liked
forgotten
that
about
part.
that. That was like, yeah, that was fun. I was like, that was boys horsing around.
Yeah.
That was like, no one's playing with my butthole. Like I was like, we're just
Right.
fellas wrestling. Like,
Which
I
is
can
so
do
funny
this.
because back in
Like there
when
was
you're like 18 and people are like you're gonna like join this frat and they're gonna play with your butthole. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
If I rushed a frat now, I'd be like, so when do we get into the?
Yeah.
When is that part
When's
happen?
Yeah.
the fucking elephant walk, guys?
Because my
When did the
prostate
prostate
is
play?
tickling.
we
does
had
the prostate
one
come in?
where it was like during Hell Week where it was there was a candle in the corner of the room and it was like if one of like the brothers blew that out, like you got in trouble. But like that was dope too because it's
You had to
was
fight
more
them to,
wrestling.
like-
yeah,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
one point where I Kyle Long was in my pledge class. I think it was like me and Kyle Long just like fucking working the O line. I was like, this is fucking fun, dude.
That is funny though. But the hell, they'd be doing cheesesteaks and blowing out candles, and I'd be like, when does the hazing start?
Yeah.
I'm a little horned up now. Can we get to that part?
I know something you can blow.
Did you go to a sorority? Or were you in a sorority?
No, I wasn't. I went to a school that had kind of I went to a SUNY school.
Where'd
So
you
it was
go?
a big party. SUNY Geneseo. It's near,
All of them
between
sound made
Rochester
up.
and Buffalo. I know,
Oswego,
it's all-
Geneseo. Those
Well, it's
are
a Native
two.
American name, so if you
Yeah.
could respect, our indigenous
Yeah,
people, that'd be
I'm sorry.
great.
What's your Native American name?
as soon as I what was yours?
Geneseo.
Geneseo, and then I was like, yeah, they're all weird, like Oswego. Fuck, I know what they
I'm
are.
making
God
fun
No,
of
damn
them.
it.
yeah, it's literally Oswego, Oneonta, all those fucking things.
It's like the same thing in
They're all the
Jersey when
same.
you're at Manahawkin and
Yeah, no,
Manalapan. It's
literally.
like, oh,
It's the
these are
same as New
These are all
Jersey.
just the land we stole.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We massacred you guys. Sorry. But it's funny names, so I don't like it.
Enjoy your mall.
How far up is how far north
Oh,
is that? Or is it like bad
6
winters?
hours away. Yeah, bad winters.
But if you're coming from
Drink like a
Buffalo, you're like
motherfucker.
whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Dude, I drank like a motherfucker in college just because it was so cold and you just want to black out to get ahead of like
your demons.
You don't know like if the party's gonna have alcohol, so you're like it's easier to
wear a jacket
and
or
black
not.
out. Black jacket. I don't want to lose the pea coat my mom just gave me from J. Crew because I already lost one last year. She's pissing me, so I'm gonna go out in a hoodie and just fucking Hail Mary that shit, black out to make sure. But then
bad for the girls too. They're like, I want to wear a dress or high heels
you go to
or
a
whatever.
date party and then you're wearing heels because you want to look snatchy.
Bruh.
I'm not going to a date party in flats.
Heavens no.
Heavens
no.
Oh, sorry, I just threw up in my mouth. So there was a lot, like you got to trudge through the snow in their heels. And we're not wearing tights.
No.
Oh my God.
If I saw a girl in tights, I'd be like,
what is this?
What are you, a nun? Get out. Yeah.
What is happening? So there was a lot of that, a lot of blacking out to get ahead of the chilliness.
Yeah.
And then you wake up somewhere and you're like, I don't know this guy.
At least it wasn't cold for 10 minutes last night.
Exactly. 10
I am
minutes.
pregnant, however.
Literally. No, literally. And then
come on that cookie. What's happening
and
here?
then 3 months later, you're Googling the price of abortion.
Like, oh boy, I waited a little too long.
You're like, fuck.
I gotta go to Georgia.
Yeah.
So Geneseo,
yeah, it's like a liberal arts.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
right.
school.
Like they're all those. I mean,
They're all the
literally
same,
all
brick
those schools.
buildings, blah,
SUNY
blah.
schools are, Binghamton and like I love when people like I went to the Bing. Like we're better. It's like you're all in like the middle of New York. It's just like the part of New York that sucks, and you're all the fucking same.
This is what the
Shut
SUNY
up.
schools do to you. They trick you. They're like, this is what Geneseo said about our school. We are the Harvard of the SUNYs. I'm like, you're still a SUNY bitch. Like,
the Harvard of the
and
SUNY.
And they trick you, and they're
that
like,
is,
all right,
I like don't
I
even
know.
insult me.
No,
like
literally, I know.
That's
I fucking
crazy.
know. And they try to be like, no, but this school is the equivalent of like you can go anywhere with this name school. And then I moved to New York, and my first interview, she was like, so where's Geneseo?
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I'm
can't even say it.
You can't even say it.
Genesis? What? Sega? What are we doing here?
All those schools are like good if you work in like Rochester near the, like if you choose to like live in Binghamton. Yeah, I can work at the law firm there. Fuck no, bitch.
Binghamton
Sorry,
is.
I sound like classist now.
No,
I just don't want to live in upstate New York ever again in my life.
Upstate New York.
And I'm like, hey, trying to fuck a bill
Date
player.
me. Dude, Rudy said to me the other day. Rudy was like, he's like, a guy we work with here went to University of Denver, and he's like, dude, that's like the Harvard of the West. And I was like, like Stanford's out west, right? Like
there are
Berkeley.
I'd say Berkeley. Like
there are places that
I didn't even know Denver was a decent school, let alone like
the
anyone
Harvard
ever
of the
called
West.
the
How
Harvard
about
of the West.
Stanford just being the Stanford of the West?
Yeah.
We don't even need to be the Harvard, dude.
Yeah,
we're
dude.
just as good.
Yeah. Okay, I'd never heard that about Colorado.
Binghamton is like, it's just gray. Like all year long,
gray.
And for anybody to be like, yeah, like I went to the Bing, it's like it is just overcast for 8 straight months, and then you drink yourself into a coma, and then you go home for the summer. It's
absolutely,
and I'm sure it's
I
fun.
did not
like,
mean to shit on the
school like
schools.
that
I will
is,
say
like,
every
you can have fun.
yeah, you can have fun.
I went to
Dude,
Fordham. Like we drank like all the time. We would pop into the city and go to bars, but we weren't like. It was no frat parties. Our sports sucked, but like we still had fun. You go to like these 3 bars, you black out. But
the
like
bars are where it's
but
at.
I mean, I would love to redo it and go to like University of Florida and have like outdoor beautiful weather football game tailgates every week. But I'll also, you can drop me in like a dive bar in the Bronx and I'm good to go.
I am G2G dive bar in the Bronx. Okay, that's an
there
interesting.
There was one, the Jolly Tinker, R.I.P. I think it's since deceased. It was
he tinked too hard.
never go full tank. It was awesome. It was it was like local like cops and firemen and just car bombs and drinking till you're
That's
dead.
The
and
best. Blacking out in a fucking Irish pub. And the bartender encourages it. And if there's a female bartender, big milkmaid fucking big white titties. Mommy, you pour me a Guinness. That's how it feels. Like milkman, you see the foam on top, tits brushing up. I love an Irish pub.
Her tits are in the Guinness while she pours it, and just nipple
like,
floating on top of your
coming out of the tin? Like, what's going on? They're very comforting places.
Don't they call it like Mother's Milk Guinness? I think they call it that in Ireland. It's like literally
they call it Mother's Milk,
something like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call it in Sunny? What they feed the birds? The McPoyles? The McPoyles, it's Mother's Milk?
That's literally actually Mother's Milk.
No, Mother's a cow. Mother's a cow.
Oh.
I think there's some beer that they call it Mother's Milk or whatever.
How about at the after the show the other night, when that dude kept asking us to do car bombs. And like I didn't feel good.
When you guys went out?
I was incredibly sick with the flu.
Yeah.
And like
I cannot believe you went out that way.
I only
That's
had like
insane to go out with the flu. How old are you?
I didn't know I had the flu.
Well, he's like 12 years old at heart. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I just
30.
don't go out if I feel any sort
I
of
just don't
pain.
go out. But
Well, I honestly at the time I realized I was finally sick. But like last week for like a whole 4 days, I thought I was just hungover,
Right.
and I just had to keep like powering through it because I was embarrassed that I had like this long of a hangover. I was like, this is crazy. Like,
Pussy
and then
cock.
eventually my other friend who I'd been with the whole weekend was like, hey, just so you know, like I have the flu, and I was like, all right, that checks out.
That's
that
it.
makes a lot more sense. That
Yeah.
I have.
But you were doing car bombs?
No, but I was like, he asked us like 10 times, and I was like, it's so the last thing in the world that I want to do that I kind of want to do.
Right? That's the thing. Sometimes you're like, no, but yes.
Yeah.
But then he just gave us Red Bull.
But then he bought us Vegas bombs and didn't give us any alcohol. He just gave us
Oh,
Is that just Red Bull?
no.
He's
chugged Red Bull?
Yeah.
Really?
Was there anything to drop in?
No, I figured he did it before he came back from the bar.
Yeah.
So I just chugged the glass. I was like, was there anything in that? He's like, no, it was just Red Bull.
You're crazy for that
I was
one.
like, all right, dude.
That is nuts. I just chugged like 16 ounces of Red Bull. Fucking, what the fuck, dude? I mean, I used to love car bombs.
Yeah.
And I think, or whatever you're supposed to call it. I don't even know what the name is now. But if you put one in front of me now, I'd be like,
Car
This is a
bomb is
tall
technically Red Bull and what?
No,
Is it
Guinness,
Red Bull?
Guinness,
Oh, Guinness
and
and
Baileys and whiskey.
and a whiskey.
Oh.
You put like whiskey and Baileys
And you
together.
had to do it all at once, right?
Yeah,
Or no?
well,
'Cause it curdles.
it curdles quick, so you gotta
Ew,
drop it and
yeah.
drink it. And I remember watching a girl pour it. She poured the shot in,
And
and,
then-
it just immediately curdles. And then she fucking drank it anyway. And everyone
I've
was like,
done a
"Oh."
curdled one or two before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Talk about mother's milk.
Yeah.
Well, they are curdled all the time. I think it's just we
Right.
drink it fast enough that we don't realize.
Yeah.
Because it's mixed up. It curdles like instantly, and then as you're drinking it, it's
You're
gonna.
I've
you just
gotten to
don't
the bottom
feel
where
it.
I was like, oh, this is.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 drinks at once.
Yeah, it fucks you
Wow,
up, and it
yeah.
makes you full as fuck.
They're actually the only bombs like I respect because they're the only
Yeah.
bombs with a consequence. Where,
Yeah.
like you have like a deadline, like
Right.
You better
get
finish this
here.
Right.
shit,
But then you can,
the rest
you
of it's
can
a
take
mixed drink
Jaeger
that you could
bomb.
sip
Yeah.
on, really.
Right.
When I got introduced to, it's funny to like. I remember this guy was like, "Do you?" I was like, "Do you want to do a car bomb?" Or I would never have been a guy to recommend a Jaeger bomb. So maybe I said a car bomb, and he was like, "How about a JMO bomb?" And I was like, "What's that?" And he was like, "It's just with Jameson instead."
Yeah.
Like I was like, "Whoa, this guy does Jameson
Shit,
instead."
dude.
Like it was like he was a fucking mixologist. He was like, "I
You
just
forget
took
you
out the
can-
Jaeger and I put in Jameson, dude."
You forget you can change things.
Yeah.
I always forget when my friends are like, I'll do that, but with that, I'm like, oh, wait.
innovative.
Holy shit. I'll take a Sprite.
like martinis are a good example. Like I don't want a cup of gin.
Oh,
But
no,
I
I
can
don't
do
do
vodka,
gin martinis.
you
Vodka
know?
martinis all the way.
Yeah.
If you drink a gin martini,
Dirty.
You're crazy.
filthy. I want
Yeah.
it to feel like I'm in the olive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't like olives, but like
Yeah.
with that, it's probably because I don't want a cup of just plain vodka, so I need something in there.
Yeah,
but
you need
like,
something in there, yeah.
but I'll drink a dirty martini, but not. Well, I don't like if you were to give me an olive, I'd be like, bleh.
Also been on
Right.
a big gimlet too, though. I love
Yeah,
a
what's
gimlet.
And what's a
Gimlet's
gimlet?
just with like the fucking onions, whatever they are.
Oh, right. But it's the
Okay,
same.
so
I've been on a big onion. I love onions.
I'm
dude.
into
I
onions.
love
I'm also really into
Oh, you
like
fucking
savory
heroes, like,
drinks.
my chest hurts and my body hurts. Like you're eating all these onions. Probably got all sorts of fucking heartburn and everything.
Well, first of all, I'm on meds for heartburn now, so relax.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, so chill. Stop bringing it up.
Listen, tell her what your side effects of your heartburn medication.
Dementia.
What do you mean?
He's on such a high
Like,
dosage
I
of
can't
such
stay
a
on it for that
powerful
long.
medicine.
Oh.
They said that this will give you dementia if you take too much of it. And what does he do? He
Like-
pops
Wait,
it every day.
and you take it for heartburn?
Yeah, and
So
it works like a
I don't
motherfucker.
want to
It's that
sound
good
rude,
shit.
but can you eat healthier or no?
Bro.
That's actually what the doctor said
Is
first
that
too.
actually the guy
She's like,
just
she's like,
behind you, just
she's
turns
like,
around
not
and
to be
says-
rude, but before I give you this fucking pill that'll wipe your memory,
How about
you
you
want to have a
stop?
salad
Yeah,
instead?
you
I was
ever
like,
try a garbanzo bean? Like, change your life.
I'm right there, garbanzo beans.
yeah.
Perfect.
I hate to bring it up again because we've talked about it like 3 episodes in a row. But the other day he had 2 Shake Shack burgers, French fries,
You're crazy.
2 bowls of cereal, 2 slices of pizza, a pint of ice cream, mozzarella sticks, and jalapeno poppers.
But that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
it's
like a
dope.
wonderful day.
Right, yeah, because
Yeah.
That was like-
thanks to
But
omeprazole,
it was
40
like-
milligrams.
I was just
That's
sitting
like
on you,
a
and I'm like,
wonderful
wait.
day, but it was like a wonderful like 3 hours. Like he ate that in like
Right.
for dinner.
Yeah, that was his dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
just
used
pick
to
up
be
Wolfgang
I
shit.
used to be heftier, so I fully understand.
You got fat at heart sort of thing. Like
Yeah, always still. But now I'm a white woman in Hollywood, so I am not allowed to eat. Yeah. I am restricted from any sort of intake other than matcha lattes. But so when I started...
It's about matcha latte's a dick. That's it. That's all we do here in Hollywood as a woman.
That's all we do. And quinoa. So, when I started stand-up, I was like 200 pounds. So I used to eat like a motherfucker. So that sounds delicious
to me. Good job by you, though. I mean, that's like you.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I don't know. You know what it was? Actually, speaking of the roast battle thing, when I started doing roast battles in New York, they would say I'm fat. And when you hear an audience laugh at that, too, because you don't think you're fat till people say you're fat. And then people laugh at you being fat. You're like, I'm fat.
Yeah. Like one person might be wrong. Like you know, the whole audience, they agree.
It's a
you're
bad
fat.
Photo. These jeans, like, the gap runs small. That's why I'm a 14. No, you're fat. You're a fat fucking hoe. Sorry, that was rude. But
what about yourself? It's all good.
But when you hear an audience laugh at it, because it would bomb if I wasn't fat.
Right.
Yeah.
And
like,
crushed.
She's
So
not fat.
it's
crushed.
That's actually a great point.
Said,
it's that would be.
Someone said like Maddie's dad grew up on a dairy farm and he obviously brought his work home with him or something like that. They call me a cow.
And the crowd was like, "Oh shit!"
It was an all-white room, but they laughed like a black audience.
Running around, leaving the room.
Yeah.
Brought his work home. That is so mean.
Something like
that. Did you just like cry?
You just stand there sort of like, when your lip quivers a little bit when you're trying not to cry and you're like, okay.
The tears have like, a cartoon, like eyes are filling up with tears.
Filling up. And you're just like, this will come out like in the car and I'll take it out on my boyfriend at the time. Which I did. I like to tell people I just got out of an abusive relationship. I was the abuser. So it's hard. Don't date me. Guys like message me. They're like, I want to be your boyfriend. I'm like, I promise you don't. I promise you don't.
I'm a stand-up comic with issues, and I will fucking crush you. And then so how long ago was that, if I can ask?
A
long time ago, or like is this a recent transformation?
I guess I've been doing comedy 6 years, so probably 2 years in, I had slimmed down. And then I slimmed down even more because I started just working out. You guys do not need to know all this info.
But that's, I mean, that's
this
wild.
is for drinks with the girls. This isn't for guys. You know what I don't like doing, though, is like I won't show guys who I'm romantically interested in. I won't show them old photos of when I was fat.
Hell no.
Because they'll be like, oh, you fucking fat cock, dude. You don't even look like that, dude. Like, and your skin isn't even loose. And you're like, they go full, and you're like, oh, like, this isn't gonna.
Do that. Yeah.
But it's also don't show that because then the guy doesn't know what to say.
I could see it being like, do I say, wow, you lost so much weight? Because then that's making fun of how you looked, or. Well, I would just be like,
I don't even tell the difference.
That's what the guys usually say. The good guys are usually just like, oh, okay, I like your dress.
No, you know what I think.
It's so goddamn awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward. Oh, I realize it's awkward.
I'd be like, I forgot to mention this. I'm blind. I can't see this picture at all.
I think I don't know how you could bring it up, but there's always a tweet that kind of goes viral and gets recycled where it's a girl saying like, I'm the best of both worlds because I grew up like ugly or fat, and so I had to have a personality and become funny, and now I got hot, so now I have like the best of both worlds. You got to work that somewhere in there.
It's crazy to enter into that, and I'm not saying that I'm like fucking hot, but it's crazy to at one point in your life be ugly, and you had to like dancing
monkey, you like laugh at me.
She's so funny.
Yeah, you can come to the party.
Maddie, say something funny. I'm gay. Wait, what? Like you just say shit, and then. But then you get like people who like peak physically in their 30s got a great life.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the.
And that's not to say that I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of any comments that are like, bitch thinks she snatched. I see you. I read them. So I read them all.
So it's so hard not to, right? It's like,
yeah, it is.
It's we always debate it here. John is the only person on the internet who says he doesn't read it, and he actually doesn't read it. Everyone else who says that is a fucking liar.
No, we are all at 2 a.m. We're not watching porn anymore. We're reading comments. And we're like, yeah? You really think that? It's like my version of cutting. These are my two versions of cutting. Reading comments and going to like an ex's social media. That's my version of self-harm. Going to an ex,
I would never do
ex-guy's
that.
social media.
Yeah.
Never.
It it unleashed, like it feels a little tickly in the soul.
I actually love, like, I will eventually.
I'm checking in.
As like a guy that you like still have feelings for, or a guy you don't have feelings, or all of it?
I don't know, maybe all of them. Probably still have feelings for. Okay, but we don't need to dig for that. But that's my version of cutting. I don't want to see what they're doing, but you do, and it tingles in your fucking. Who's that girl? Who is that woman? Okay, I'm literally turning into Jim Carrey on this podcast, and I don't know why. I feel like I've been here for 6 hours, but
We've covered a lot. We are rapid fire
I've said
here.
too much. Okay.
No, it's great.
So
I love
what
it.
were you gonna say? We were gonna say something.
I was gonna say that I don't unfollow because like I feel like I lose if I unfollow.
Me too.
So I don't follow.
feel like it's like a.
But I don't go look, and then occasionally someone will come across where I'm like, oh, I don't care anymore. Fuck yeah, that's
that moment.
I don't go for
that's
the cutting,
Nirvana.
But I am like I'm like
Yes.
oh
Yeah.
dope. All right, that doesn't
Yeah.
fucking make it feel like my heart's gonna fall out of my chest. This is sick. We're good
You
now.
have fully held. Just don't pick up when they call.
Yeah.
But you said something else that like, oh yeah, we were talking about the comment stuff. I actually am more scared of the ones that would be good because I'm like, what if I believed that? Because then it would be. I think that's more of a problem.
Wait, afraid of what are good?
Like I'm more afraid of good comments. I'm terrified of both,
Really?
but I'm more afraid of good comments because then like you get like addicted to it. Because like now I'm just like whatever. It is what it is.
Like, why
I
didn't
don't
they
care.
say that about this
But
video?
if I
or
like,
that episode,
if I like was like, oh,
Right.
they like me, and I was like, oh wait, they always like me. And then like when they stop liking me, then it would be a problem. And
it's
then
it's great
I
when
think
they
they're
just
too far ahead.
when they just hate you. It's amazing. Trust me.
Right.
When it's just all negative, it's
Have you been like unleashed on a lot by the internet?
Yeah.
That horrifies me.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's terrible.
That
But
was
it's
rude of me to
also-
say.
it's also-
that sounds awful, but
But it's
I'm
that's
not
your
good
life.
with like negative comments.
It's what happens is it is a little bit freeing.
Yeah.
If like I had a big public divorce and everything, so people make fun of me for that and say horrible things about like real life shit that then make the other shit like I used to be upset if someone was like, that blog you wrote is not funny. Now that doesn't even fucking doesn't even penetrate
If
the
people
fucking
go
surface,
into your personal.
dude. Yeah, it's like I hear way worse than that, bro. So like,
Right.
oh, your hairline's receding. It's like, don't fucking care, bro. Like you can say a lot worse than that.
Right.
So eventually, it's like it sounds crazy and it's totally not true and a fucking spin zone and a defense mechanism. But I tell myself I'd rather it be like so bad than just middle of the road where you're
Right.
like, I believe all of these comments and think all of these are harmful. It's like, you can't even get to me unless you really go deep on me.
It's hard when it's like a half and half on something because you're like just addicted to seeing if more good stuff comes in. You're like, fuck, another bad one.
Also,
And
I
you lose the
like to tell
control.
myself it doesn't matter. But then
Yeah.
if it's 50% good, I'm like, well, those matter, but those don't.
I know.
It's like,
Oh my
you
God.
gotta take it all.
Ew.
that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
got
I-
if you gotta believe the
Mental
good ones, then you gotta believe the bad.
gymnastics.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
sickening. It's a terrible life, and I think we'll all look back on it and be like, we always say that social media is gonna be the new cigarettes, where it's like, can you believe
Yeah.
that people used to be on this every day?
Absolutely. And
This
why
is
did you make a
terrible for you.
permanent footprint of your entire personality on the internet? Like, we dump everything every single day.
So bad.
There's no ever audio of anyone who existed before us, and we decided to display all of our fucking souls
Our
on the
deepest,
internet.
darkest, like
Literally.
controversial thoughts.
We're on TikTok with a towel on our head, like, so I just got off a date with a guy. And turns out it was a mop. We're losing our minds. And yet I'm also part of it, so I don't know what to
I know.
do.
And it's like I just don't want other people to feel alone. It's like
Yeah.
people should feel alone sometimes.
I
Absolutely.
think people
You
should
need to go
feel
back to
alone.
being alone. You need to go back to being. The main thing I think is the X stuff. Like you can't get away from anything.
I know.
You can't start fresh. You can't get that person out of your life or that work out of your life or that
Yes.
friend or family, whatever. It's like they will haunt you forever.
They will
and
haunt
they will
you
contact you, and you will
forever.
contact them, and you will comment and like and see. It's like I shouldn't know that I shouldn't know anything about your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend or your new life. Or it's like you should be doing that over there. And I should be over
Agreed.
here.
And that is why I'm probably just going to stay single.
Forever and ever.
Yeah.
Forever and ever. That's the way to do it, girl. Your podcast is,
Yes.
I think, I described it. A lot of times people will be like, if there's a podcast about two girls just talking about like all the dicks they sucked and the guys they fucked, they'll be like, oh, that's like a female version of KFC Radio. And I'm like,
okay.
this
You
is,
guys
that's
talk
very
about dick
disrespectful. And all.
sucking?
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh.
often.
All the time.
Honestly, pretty
Exclusively.
often.
Yeah.
Exclusively.
I'm good at getting
Do you know
head.
Kevin Smith, the actor and comedian and producer and shit from Mallrats and Clerks and all that?
Yeah.
He sucked his own dick.
Oh, cool.
And,
Okay.
and to completion. I think
Here or?
yeah, we watched it. It was
Oh,
amazing.
to
Yeah.
completion?
No, when he was younger, to completion.
What?
because we always talk about how we would do it, and he did it. I felt like I was finding like Bigfoot. You know, I was like, we've been talking about this forever, and we found a guy who did it.
But how does his like neck feel after that?
Yeah, he said that's why he stopped, because he was like, one day I'm gonna break my neck and my mom's gonna
Like
find
he was
me dead
doing
and
it
take my mouth.
regularly.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I don't know about regularly, but he did it multiple times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was regularly. I think he did.
He did it enough.
I think he did it
He did it enough.
Yeah. So yeah, we talk about that a lot.
Poppers before.
But what I was gonna say is, I feel like your show actually is like a female version of our show.
Oh
where
yeah, it's
like,
just girls chilling. Occasionally we get into section and dating.
but
and
like
shit
it's
like
very honest, and like it's. I could see it's funny in general, but I could see girls being like, "This is actually what it's like."
Oh, totally.
You know, when it's like
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
like the female podcast. It's like, you know, it's like we had Call Her Daddy here, and it's like, girls, you might be entertained by this, but I don't know if you can relate to any of this. This is much more.
This is for girls who look like girls, aka all the sixes out there. Come to my come to my podcast. You got weird titties. You wear Rite Aid underwear. Pull through to that time of the week. I got hair on my pussy. So.
The greatest plug of all time.
Greatest plug of all time.
You wear Rite Aid underwear, and I have hair on my pussy. I do though.
Yo, I said too much. I'm embarrassed. Okay.
Fucking
Are you guys like
that time of the
crazy?
week?
Yes, definitely
Hilarious.
check it out. It's on all platforms and YouTube.
Cool. And are you on stage or tour anywhere, anything right now?
Yes, I'm always touring. So like, if you guys follow me on Instagram, so Maddy Smith, I think I pinned all my tour dates. So pull through. I think I'm coming to Burlington, Vermont, Tampa, Florida, San Antonio, Texas, Toronto. So just
one last question. Are you the only white person on Wild 'N Out, or is there a couple?
Oh, good question. There's a couple others, but I'm the only good one. No, I'm kidding. There's others.
I just love. The clips are always awesome.
Yes.
It's like I do feel like there's this extra when you roast somebody or land a punchline or whatever, and it's like you're like this tiny white girl.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like extra.
I know,
you know
it's
what
extra.
It's
It's
gotta
a lot.
feel.
Yeah.
Do you write all that yourself, or is it like a writer's room thing?
Oh, there's a mix of us because there's writers on it who are just other stand-ups too. So we always hang out, smoke a little weed together, and talk shit back and forth.
fiction.
And then if he says something that you go, yo, and he's like, use that.
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
it's pretty collaborative.
And then when you do those roast battle things, like it's. You know, you got that in the can. You're ready.
You know what the game is, and sometimes they tell you who you're going against. It
So you
depends on the
kinda
day.
plan it a little.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm always like, if that was on the spot, that was
I know.
fucking like money, you know.
Well,
I
don't know.
The clips are great, and the podcast is very funny.
Yes.
So everybody go check out Maddy. And we're gonna go do Answer the Internet.
Oh, cool.
Can
Wait,
we do
I
that?
hope I do well. I'm nervous.
Is that up against still? Yeah.
Okay.
You will do fine.
Okay.
You will do just fine.
Thanks
It's
for
impossible
having
to be
me.
bad.
This was
It's
really
like,
fun.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.